It's a Monday, and you guys know what that means. It's the day of 5 undervalued Pokemon cards that you can add to your collection right now. What's going on, Funhouse crew? Welcome back to the channel, TCG Funhouse, where we open up Pokemon cards, we talk about Pokemon cards, and I do everything I can in the history ever to bring positivity and have a good time with you guys here in the Pokemon community. And we talk about it every single week, guys. The TCG market is always ebbing and flowing. It's always on a massive, spiky, dangerous, I don't do them at all, roller coasters. That's right, I'm a wuss. I don't do roller coasters, but we are not going to talk about that in today's episode any more than we already have. But there are some really good cards out there that you can still add to your collection at very good prices that I believe are undervalued, that are worth adding to your Pokemon collection / Pokemon investment portfolio, as some people like to say, because, I mean, it's a thing. You really can, use Pokemon cards as an investment if you're afraid to do things like stock markets and those weird NFT things where it's like, it's a picture I'm going to do, right? It's NFT. Okay. I'm selling that. $200,000. Whoever wants it, NFT, let me know. And we're going to back up all of that crazy talk with even crazier talk. And of course, I'm talking about the monthly giveaway here in February, the Zacian V Union Special Collection Box. One lucky subscriber will be getting this month. We do giveaways every single month, guys, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end of today's video to get all of your entry details. And while you're hanging around for that, drop a sub here on the channel, guys. It really helps us out. It means 1,000 times more to me than what it means to you just clicking that little button right there. It might be a really easy, 1 second, just like boom, cool. But for me, it's like, yeah, man, yeah. All right. We're going to bring this video back down to earth, where we're going to talk about some undervalued Pokemon cards. In order to determine what cards I believe are undervalued in the current Pokemon market, we're going to use the TCG Funhouse Facts. It's a little acronym I created here on the channel to help me make better decisions when buying cards that will go up in price over time. F stands for fan favorites. A stands for affordability, because I'm a broke person. Yeah. C stands for condition, T for trends, and S for supply / rarity. If you think about those 5 things when making your purchases, it should go your way more often than not. But we're going to start diving right in this list in no particular order. I'm going with the Arceus Prism Star card from Forbidden Light. The reason why I like this card is, one, I'm super nostalgic with Arceus right now. With all the stuff that has come out, this card has actually gone up in price a little bit. It was about $2 cheaper before the release of Arceus, but I still think right now at a market value of $8.48, it's really worth picking up this card and adding it to your collection, because Arceus cards really don't get printed that much. There was the one set that had all of those Arceus cards inside, but other than that, we've gotten some Black Star promos, we've gotten a Prism Star card, and now we're getting cards and Brilliant Stars that have Arceus on them. So there's actually not much Arceus whatsoever, especially when you compare it to other Pokemon like Gyarados and Charizard and, other fan favorites, or even other mythicals that have gotten more print runs than Arceus has. They tried to keep Arceus cards at the minimum, in my opinion, because he is a special Pokemon. He's the god of all Pokemon. And when you get those subsets within a set, like the Prism Star cards, there wasn't that many Prism Star cards printed. And I think all of them right now are actually pretty good buys. I want to say there was a total of, 27. There's a total of 27 Prism Star cards printed during the Sun and Moon era, between Ultra Prism, Forbidden Light, Celestial Storm, Lost Thunder, I believe, was also in it. But those 4 sets had Prism Star cards. And the reason why I like them is because they're not overly flooded. There's only 34 Arceuses online right now. Now, there was probably more 60 or 65 before Legends Arceus released, but I still think it's a good card. You might want to wait a little bit before you pull the trigger on it, but at $8.48, I think it is totally worth it. But this card is popping right now. It's trending up because of the new game. Brilliant Star, all that stuff, but I still think it's a good buy. Check it out. If you guys watched last week's video, I told you about a Reshiram and Charizard Tag Team GX card that was basically an alternate art, but they don't call them alternate arts because they were Black Star promos at the time, but it's really what has spiked this alternate art craze, and it's where it all started, these Black Star promos. And I'm going with another one today, sticking with the theme of fan favorites. I'm going with the Venusaur and Celebi GX Tag Team Full Art Black Star promo. For all the reasons I just kind of mentioned in the last video about the Charizard. I really think they're special cards. It is what has really gotten excitement around these alternate arts. And the artworks on these are so phenomenal. But the most important thing about this card is it is so affordable. The alternate art GX promo card is right now holding a value less than the standard GX card from Sun and Moon Team Up, where Celebi and Venusaur made their debut together as a tag team. The regular GX is more expensive right now than the alternate art Black Star promo. Now, when you think about long-term hold, and you think about these cards in 10, 15, 20 years from now, in my opinion, there is 0% chance that that standard GX is carrying better value than the alternate art Black Star promo, which you can get right now at a market price of $5.61 over on TCG Player. You got a Kanto starter, Venusaur. You got one of people's favorite mythicals in Celebi. When you put them in a tag team card, I think you really have success here. And I really think that people are going to look back at the tag team cards as well. I mentioned this as well in my last video. I keep saying that. Just go watch it. Just go watch the video. It's in the description. It's probably going to come up here on one of those little things that shoots across the sky. But yeah, it's the tag team cards are going to carry tons of nostalgia for people. They're very unique cards. 2 Pokemon on 1 card. I don't think they're ever going to do that again. So picking these up while you can, especially these Black Star promo alternate art versions at a $5 price, you can't go wrong. So powering forward here on the list at number 3, even though this list is in no particular order, I'm going back during the X and Y era for the Alakazam full art card for Fates Collide for a couple of reasons. I think Alakazam is an amazing Pokemon. Again, it's a Gen 1, and it was so broken during the Red and Blue era. Every single person was playing with an Alakazam. They were playing with Alakazam, they were playing with Dragonite, the super OP powerful Pokemon that were just one-shotting people across the board. So a lot of people have that nostalgic touch and just recognize Alakazam as a very powerful Pokemon. And I agree with them 100%. Love Alakazam. It's the full art card, so it's really, really nice. It's not the most common of cards, but there are 2 cards that are more rare than this in the Fates Collide alone. The EX, the Mega Alakazam EX full art, and then the secret rare gold border as well. But those cards are up around 15 to 20 bucks. And this Alakazam EX Full Art has a market price of $6.28, which is phenomenal. And one of the other reasons why is I think XY is that era where a lot of people really weren't collecting during the XY era. I was even myself, I was barely buying packs every once in a while just to get that nostalgic rush, or just so Brady can enjoy opening some cards, right? That's all I did in the X and Y era before I dove in during Sun and Moon, really tail end Sun and Moon, to really get back at it. And that's how a lot of people were. And so XY was not part of this heavily printed era. So when you look at how availabilities on TCG Player and stuff, there's only 66 of these Alakazams, and that's across the board. That's from damaged to near mint condition. So this card is not flooding over on the listings and stuff like that, like you would see from the Sword and Shield cards, where there might be 250 or even 300 of these cards just up on TCG Player, not even mentioning eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace and stuff. So that black and white X and Y era is almost like a lost era for the Pokemon TCG, where not many people know what kind of cards or sets were printed during this era. And I think they're going to explode at some point because they're not overly printed and they're not, readily known by the Pokemon community. But as people get more engulfed in the Pokemon TCG and the real collectors stick around, these cards are going to go up in price, in my opinion. And at $6.28, this Alakazam is a very good buy right now. If you guys have been watching my Monday videos, you know I'm very partial to the amazing rare cards. I love them so much. I think they're going to carry really, really strong value down the road. And right here on this spot of the list, I'm going with the Jirachi Amazing Rare, the second most expensive Amazing Rare to date after Rayquaza, and Rayquaza Amazing Rare has already made it onto one of my lists, so I'm continuing down the path and going with Jirachi. When the set first came out, Vivid Voltage, it was actually, Jirachi was the most expensive Amazing Rare, and it was actually one of the chase cards for the set. And like during the Japanese release, the Jirachi Amazing Rare was the card you wanted to pull in that set. So like a lot of people loved it so much. And it was just this new hype, and everybody was so hyped for it, and it was absolutely insane. And the Jirachi has fallen a ton in price. It's only at market value right now of $3.93 because these cards were a lot more readily available than we thought. And they're still printing Vivid Voltage cards. But we are reaching the point where this card is not going to get much more affordable than it is right now. Vivid Voltage is about to be completely done. And like I say for a lot of my other cards, as soon as Vivid Voltage is not found on shelves anymore, and let's say a year goes by and Vivid Voltage is just kind of like forgotten about, these Amazing Rare cards are going to be some of the cards that are remembered for the set. Obviously, the Rainbow Pikachu is going to be the top dog always, but these Amazing Rares are really going to be sought after cards down the road when you're thinking about Sword and Shield era, especially the first half of the Sword and Shield era. And just Vivid Voltage in particular. So picking up these Amazing Rares at $2, $3, it's a no-brainer to me. I love Amazing Rares, and getting this one for about $3-4 right now is just a good buy all the way around. All right, we're at the final slot on the list, so you guys know there's going to be a couple cards that are kind of similar here in this slot, so I don't have to like just stretch my videos out forever and ever and ever. We're going to be going with the break cards. That came out, these two actually came out in XY Fates Collide and Breakpoint. I was originally not a big fan of break cards. I didn't really see the collectability value in them. I kind of just put them in like a penny sleeve and put them away. But the more that I think about this, and the more I think about my TCG Funhouse facts, break cards have a really big place in terms of collectability right now. They have a couple of fan favorites that I'm focused on, and that's Lugia and Greninja. Those two cards are going to be the two that you want to collect. I think Raichu can also be a good buy as well right now. But these cards are starting to go up in price. They were printed during the XY era, and they're very unique and very different cards, right? So they're very unique, very different. And when you get the fan favorites like Lugia and Greninja right there, they're worth adding to your collection. They're different, they weren't overly printed, and they're unique cards. I think when you look back, again, 15 years from now, you're going to see these break cards and you're going to go, holy crap, I remember pulling those during the X and Y era. And like, people are going to see them and be like, what are those? I've never seen cards like this before. Because the break cards is another type of card. We're never going to see it again. We're never going to see it again. Pokemon TCG is not going to print break cards again. Maybe during like an anniversary set, they might go like, oh, here's a break card, here's an Amazing Rare, here's a Prism Star. Like they might do something like that, like similar to what they did with Celebrations. But like they're not bringing back break cards. Just like how like Mega Evolutions was a thing and then Z Moves was a thing. Like this is a generational thing for the TCG. Nintendo likes to do that. So these break cards are going to fit into that category as well. There was about 26 break cards printed in total. So very similar to the Prism Stars. There's a lot of useless ones out there that I would not recommend buying, like, you know, the Clawitzer, the Yanmega, the Delphox, the Raticate. I really wouldn't be putting too much stock into those break cards, but the Lugia, Greninja, Raichu, Zoroark, Machamp, like cards that people actually enjoy, Pokemon that people actually enjoy are worth picking up in these break cards. The Lugia is about $5.38 market value. The Greninja is $5.23. Raichu about $4.67. So they are starting to go up in price. The farther we get away from the X and Y era and these break cards in general, the more excited people are going to be to get them, especially how unique they are. I wouldn't be surprised if 20 years people see this Lugia break and they're just like, their eyes light up and they're like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. All right, guys, that's it. That's my list for this Monday. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was my pleasure because I love doing the research on these cards. I love doing, you know, the market analysis on individual TCG cards that I think are going to be worth buying and adding to your collection for long-term holding. And they just make your collection look like really, really good, really sparkly, really fresh, help you pick up all the ladies. You know, like all that kind of stuff. I mean, they like that, right? I wouldn't know. It's been a long time since I've been in the dating pool. But let me know if it works for you guys. Do you show your Pokemon binder to chicas and it wins? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Or are you a chica and are you picking up some like really cool nerdy dudes? Let me know. This video is like way off the rails. I don't even know how I went down this path, but we're gonna power through it because that's what we do here on TCG Funhouse, guys. Drop a sub here on the channel. Hit that notification bell. We post Pokemon content 4 times per week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much. I know you want those entry details. Here they are right now. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the end of today's video. That's right. It's time for you guys to get your entry details for the giveaway for the month of February. And it's a doozy. It is a doozy. V-Union Collection Box, guys. Zacian V-Union Collection Box is what we're giving away. If you watched any of my unboxings recently, you saw that I picked this up on GameStop.com where they had them available at the time. And I want to share with you guys one of my favorite items to add to a sealed collection right now. I think these 4 put together cards are going to be very special, unique cards in the future. And these V-Union boxes, all of them, the Mewtwo, Greninja, Pikachu, Zacian, we're probably going to get a Morpeko box as well, are definitely worth adding to a sealed collection, guys. So that's what I'm giving away, and you get your entry details by being a subscriber here on the channel. You must leave a like on this video, and you can get an entry for every single video in the month of February. But you got to do that on every video. You got to be a subscriber, you got to hit the like button on all those videos, and you have to leave a comment. I do a comment picker at the end of the month, so if you did not leave a comment, you will not get your entry for that video because that's how they are selected. That being said, guys, let me know. Are you excited? Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful night.